Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline.
Timeout, timeout.
And J.J. Redick is called timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. RJ, we know that the Suns missed the playoffs for about a decade, but now they seem to be getting some traction. How do you view it?
I view them as a team that's in transition. Obviously, they have Devin Booker, the homegrown star. The guy has blossomed there in front of everyone's eyes. And after that finals run, they've really been searching. He's the last player there. But whenever you have Kevin Durant on your team, you are always on the verge of something special.
And stolen by Booker. Here's Beal. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Powering through contact. Beal with the strong finish.
13 feet away. And that one's good. James.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
See, this is what analytics don't take into account. Some guys thrive in the mid-range. Really depends on the shooter. It's actually kind of lazy.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Booker. Following the basket by LeBron James. Done shot's good.
Nice pass. Such a unique talent on both ends. That time, Booker showing us his vision.
Down low, Finney-Smith. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. The drive by Booker. Luka Doncic grabs the miss.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
No good from Finney-Smith. Quick start for the Suns in this one. It's a three-point game. Out left to the wing. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Doncic. And it's Bradley Beal with the rebound. And so Booker will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
LeBron with the bucket.
And making it look easy, LeBron overwhelms the defense inside.
Beal taking his time here. Pass to Durant. Over Finney-Smith. Again, the miss by KD.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Now here is Hachimura. Lets the three fly. And Finney-Smith gets it to go.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And Mike Budenholzer is called a timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. The Suns making a change here. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And here's Booker. To the middle. Here's Richards. Good. A nice assist from Booker. Richards got his second bucket.
Continuing to get better at facilitating Booker with a dime.
Beal from long range. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for him.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
And something you see with the Lakers, they really trust their role players, don't they, Richard?
Yeah, LeBron does a great job of empowering his group. That's why he's top 5 in the league all time in assists. If you earn his trust, he will give you a ton of space to work. The Lakers know that they can only go as far as their great group of role players.
And proving to be effective around the rim, Hachimura leaving no doubt about that one.
Here's Booker. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Austin Reeves picks one up. On offense, Devin Booker really does it all for his teams. He scores well and assists others. Richard, he can do it all.
You love to see that from a superstar. Booker just wants points on the board. And if he can't get a shot, he'll get a look for someone else.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Outside, O'Neal. Booker looking around. And Richards has it in the corner. 5 to shoot. Durant with it. He's picked up by Doncic. And that one drops for him.
And Durant's jumper is as pure as it gets. You just assume ahead of time it's going in.
Back to Vanderbilt. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Suns lead by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Los Angeles. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
James in the post. That one good for 2. James has got 8.
In the paint, LeBron James is capable of running right over the defender. That is athletic.
On the wing, Doncic. Pass to Hachimura. Kicks it out to James. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
The Suns shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. Well, Richard, during his Washington days, Bradley Beal averaged 30 a game in back-to-back seasons.
Beal is such a strong guard, so not only can he beat you with his shooting stroke, but he can also play some bully ball. I like Beal's vision. Makes a great read on this pass.
Lakers trail by 5. In the corner, it's James. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough 3.
Beal with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Pass to O'Neal. Jones with it. No scoring in this one. Here's Plumlee. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. James looking around. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
In the corner, Vanderbilt with it. Lakers working the ball around now. Looking to end his cold spell. Oh, LeBron's just too strong inside.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And the call will be against Gabe Vincent. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Substitution on the court.
Pass to Booker. Outside Durant. Lobbed up there for Dunn. It's stolen by Vanderbilt. Reeves, that's a two-pointer. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Here's Finney-Smith. No good on the three. Suns lead by 3. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
How does he do that? Booker absorbs the foul but stays cool, knocks down the shot.
He's made one and missed one so far in the game. And you can never really count out these Los Angeles Lakers, Greg, can you?
No, I really don't think you can. They battle out of the play-in tournament. They overcome obstacles, and they have tremendous willpower.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we all know the Lakers have to pound the ball inside. LeBron James says, we have attackers. That's who we are. That's what we do. We're not shooting 40 to 53s a game. We don't have the luxury of being that team. Working it into the paint, that's what we're really good at. Kevin, they play to their strengths.
They got a lot of strength. Got to do it. Thanks, D.A. No one near James as he lets it go. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Well, look, a coach is going to trust LeBron James to just put up monster numbers because that's who he is. But it is nice to see him get into a nice groove like this.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And here is Los Angeles now after the Suns pick up 2. James outside. 6 on the shot clock. And another basket for the Lakers. There's a minute left to play in the first half. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. G.A., when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
In the corner, Finney-Smith with it. Off target from outside. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Suns. Booker with a deep 3. From beyond the arc and then some. Booker's got 9.
Oh, the ever-expanding range of Devin Booker, making you pick him up pretty much at half court.
Sinks the triple. And the Lakers lead by 1.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
For Phoenix, they've shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team. So you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
And so Durant nails them both.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay from the line.
Connect with a wide open look. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
You have to stay attached to Connect. He's a terrific off-ball threat.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Alton Connect picks one up. He's had 5 chances at the line, gone 4 for 5.
And last year, excellent at the free throw line, just a shade under 90%. And they haven't let points get away from them at the line tonight. That's always something that'll allow a coaching staff to breathe a little easier.
He can't get that one to fall. And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a moment. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Craig in the process to bring in all their stars. The Suns don't have a lot of ways to add players in the near future.
Yeah, they don't control their draft picks for the next few years. That was part of the price for Beal and Durant. They'll have to be very shrewd to add rotation pieces to help them win.
And Doncic, here we go. And yes, it's good. And the Lakers lead by 2. Fantastic finish by Booker.
Ooh, Booker showing some power.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team. It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball.
The veteran smarts of James. Understands how to absorb the contact and still finish.
Well, Richard, you were a teammate of LeBron James's, winning a title in Cleveland with him, playing with LeBron. What was something you learned about his game and about him?
Well, I learned that he takes the greatness that has been bestowed upon him as a gift, and it is a curse, but he understands how to handle both.
Suns trail by 3. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Beal gets a wide open look. Richards controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Lays it up and banks it in. Richards got 4 points this quarter.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Devin Booker is a 3-level scoring threat. He said, I'm just reading coverages and taking what the defense gives me. That's a mid-range jumper, which analytically people say isn't the highest percentage shot. But for myself, it's a good one. I've shot it pretty much my whole life. Kevin?
And David, doesn't it show? Wow, he is something else. Hey, thank you. Here's Richards. After Luka Doncic's bucket. Back to Dunn. From the arc. LeBron grabs the miss.
Yeah, that's a shame, because I'm not sure the defense will let him get a shot that good again very soon.
The Suns trailing. Pass to Booker. Here's KD. The putback. A rebound by the Lakers. And here is Hachimura. Back to LeBron. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Richard, you've watched LeBron James over the years. His approach never wavers. It never changes.
He is all business all the time, on the court, off the court. The consistency of his focus and mental toughness is unbelievable.
The feel LeBron has for the game, unreal. In whatever situation he finds himself in, he always seems to have an answer.
And Mike Budenholzer is called a timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Keep it going.
Suns trail by 4. Doncic, no good. Durant with a wide open look. And a great assist by Booker as that one goes in.
The range KD possesses makes him a constant threat outside. The defense has to be all over him.
Fade away. It's hauled in by Doncic. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Los Angeles with another miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Richards. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
You've asked for it. Here they are. The Laker Girl Dance Team. Enjoy.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Here's LeBron. Great focus from LeBron. Gets hit and still gets it to go.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Booker outside. And there's the try. Good, and the assist goes to O'Neal. Booker's got 4 points this quarter. James has a 2-pointer. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Pass to Booker. 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Durant. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
The rebound by Richards. The Suns leading. Back to KD. Count it, and the foul. Austin Reeves picks one up.
Don't laugh at me when I say this, but there's too much strength from Kevin Durant. Now with the chance to add one more.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. Reeves left side. No good on the triple. From deep three-point land. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Phoenix. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll get right back to the action when we return. This has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Lakers trailed by 4. Here's LeBron. No, stopping LeBron there.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
You can't question the desire of these teams. It's going to be difficult for either side to get separation.
Here's Finney Smith. Pass to James. For 3. Plumlee with the rebound. And it's the Suns with the ball. Good ball movement here by the Suns. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. So it's both teams making substitutions here. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, guys, J.J. Redick's message with his team was simple. He told us, guys, I need you all to come together right now on both ends. This game is not over, and you need to go out there and take control now. We'll see how it looks coming out of the timeout, guys.
All right, David, thanks.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Outside, James. Here's Hachimura. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Booker outside. Screen by Bol. Back to Jones. He's looking for Bol and finds him. Clock at 6. And it's Finney Smith with the rebound. Lakers trailed by 7. Reeves drives in. Pops in the layup for 2.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for him.
One-on-one fast break. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And Doncic is right there. Suns leading by 3. Back to Booker. Pass to Bol. Here is Plumlee. Now here's Dunn. No one near him. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. And the Suns lead by 5.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Pass to Jones. Here's Booker. Guarded by Doncic. And the dunk by Booker.
He has no deficiencies. He has no flaws in his offensive game. Booker, he's capable of dropping 30 on any given night against any given player. That is not the shot they needed there. You got to work it around and get a better look.
To the paint. Bol. And the dunk by Bol.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. The Suns making a switch here. Booker left side. There's Beal with the 3. And the 3 ball is good. Beal's got the lead up to 9 now for the Suns.
Total trust in his mechanics. Beal instantly takes the shot.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Here's the screen. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And how about
about the balance of Doncic on that possession. Amazing at just absorbing the contact and still with the strength to finish.
And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. KD a screen. Booker no good. Lakers trail by 6.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
And if I were them, I'd start thinking about where I'm going to get food after the game, because this one looks a bit out of reach.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Phoenix.
Look, they're getting good looks inside. It's been a point of emphasis all night long, but I love this hard-nosed attitude of this team. Couldn't hit them all, and they need every point they can get. And it's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Over to the wing. Back to Booker. High post, KD. And it's good with time running down in the shot clock. And the Suns lead by 6.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
Done. And done with the slam. What a difference in this crowd right now.
That's how you silence a building.
And so they foul intentionally.
Rui Hachimura. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's Beal with the 3. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. Los Angeles calls timeout. They're behind by 6. What's your take, guys?
A tough proposition here. They've got to knock down a 3, foul, hope for some misses, then make another 3. I would not hold out much hope.
James way outside. No good on the quick 3.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been.
We'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. With Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson, plus our reporter, Allie LaForce. Pass to Finney-Smith. And stolen by Holmgren. In transition, here they come. And Hartenstein slams it in.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Let's see what you got.
Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Such a very consistent in-between shooter. The defense can't afford to let Hachimura get separation.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Yep, that one's good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's James. Out to Hachimura. Over Hartenstein. 6 on the shot clock. Finney-Smith's shot is off. Holmgren with it. Picked up by James. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Holmgren. Ooh, too long in the paint. And he's hit with a 3-second violation. Grant, how about the rise of OKC in just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed?
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
And Hartenstein gets it to go. Hartenstein's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Back to Doncic. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Doncic missing. They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync.
Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good.
Ooh, the burst of speed from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Put it on the deck, get to the cup.
Nice shot by Finney-Smith.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
Pass to Hartenstein. It's Dort on the wing. Free throw line jumper. Basket's good.
Boy, you love the ability to stretch the floor on the jumper. Doing work, Lou Dort.
And here's Doncic. First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Out to Hachimura. Launches a three. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. Hachimura's got 5.
Well, the team has preached to Rui Hachimura to be aggressive on the offensive end. That is the decisive decision-making they're looking for.
And the call will be against Austin Reeves. That's his first foul of the game. Pass to Hartenstein. Back to Holmgren. Knocks it loose. Down low. Clock at 4. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot.
A really terrific job from LeBron to keep his hands up, his feet moving, gets the challenge on that shot.
Back to Hartenstein. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Lakers trail by 6. And Dort is such an important guy on the defensive end. Lou Dort.
He is strong. He plays hard. He's willing to mix it up physically. He's a tremendous athlete. This guy is tough to score on.
Hachimura sets a screen. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. Finney-Smith's shot is off.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Pass to Holmgren. Here's Hartenstein. Hachimura with a rebound. James outside. Here's Doncic. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Yeah, an offensive player like Luka expects the contact. He's anticipating it, so it doesn't bother him. That's a big-time finish.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 points in the game. Hartenstein, no good. On the wing, Reeves. Out to James. Hachimura outside. There's the triple. Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Yep, that one goes.
Well, pretty pass from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy can score it, but make sure you're lifting up the guys around you.
Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. That one drops for him. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7. Outside Reeves. Here's Hachimura. And rejected. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Their entire defense is designed to stop LeBron right now.
17.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Thunder.
You figure they might want to come out and run, and it's been the key for them early. They're just feasting on fast break chances.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Chet Holmgren said, quote, it's exciting to have this sort of success early on because it's just rare for young teams. But at the same time, we cannot let it distract us from how much better we have to get. Hopefully, we have a long runway together to figure things out. Brian?
A chance for great things, Allie. Thanks for that. Back to Williams. Over James. And that one comes up a bit short. Lakers trail by 6. Pass to Reeves. Back to Vanderbilt. To the paint. Kicks it to Doncic. The Luka 3. Money.
Boy, the deep ball from Luka Doncic. This guy does not lack for confidence.
You know, Grant, after losing in the first round last season, it felt like changes were inevitable for the Lakers.
Yeah, making the playoffs isn't enough for that franchise. They are all about championship success, and anything short of that is a failure.
Pass to Williams. 4 on the clock. Whoop, there's the shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He wants to review the game plan. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Back to Doncic. James, right side. Left side, Vanderbilt. Here's Finney Smith. There's the drive. And stolen by Caruso. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. 7 points in the game. That won't go. 3 for 6 in this one. Lakers trail by 3. Pass to James. And they're unable to get the tying bucket there. Hartenstein with it. Here's Caruso. They grab their own miss. Basket counts. Hartenstein's got 8.
Activity on the glass. That's a possession that could have gotten away from them.
Back to Doncic. Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Now Vanderbilt defending. Gilgeous-Alexander no good. Doris, in a league that glorifies offense, you have to appreciate what Finney Smith brings to the defensive end.
B.A., one of those guys who brings versatility and perhaps more importantly, dependability. You can put him on the ball, off ball, guards, even bigs. You talk about a true do-it-all defender, that's Dorian Finney-Smith. Now, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander facilitating for his team right now. What a pretty pass.
From outside the arc, Hartenstein pulls it in. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. 13 feet out. Vanderbilt pulls it in. On the break. They get the rebound. Nice shot by Finney Smith.
Finney Smith has the kind of speed necessary to capitalize in transition. Get in that lane and off to the races.
Ooh, costly foul there. That'll send him to the line for 3 free throws. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
And Doris, no doubt about it, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute monster on offense.
Very quietly, one of the most dangerous offensive players in the game is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got handle, he can score from 3 levels. This guy is a legit force. What's remarkable about LeBron is the complete command of the game. Not only his team, but you'll hear opponents joke about how well he knows their plays.
Well, Grant, even though it looks like LeBron could play forever, he stated that he doesn't have much time left.
Well, it's unbelievable that he's sustained this level of excellence for as long as he has. I would be surprised if we see this type of longevity ever again.
I'll tell you this, you better shut down lanes to the rim because Rui Hachimura is capable of exploiting those windows.
Here's Wiggins. The Thunder with another miss.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
And Mark Dagnall has called a timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Thunder with a lead. Williams on the wing. Outside, Williams. Caruso, the open look. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Caruso's got 4 points this quarter.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity. Oh, what a mid-air adjustment. You know, he had to alter his release point, but didn't let it throw off the shot.
Wallace's shot is good.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Just 4 seconds left in the second period. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. It's the Thunder up 4. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for OKC. 4-point game. Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
Screen by Holmgren. The putback.
Guys, that's about hustle. That is Lou Dort wanting it more than anyone else on the floor.
Here's James. Physical play by LeBron inside.
Huge bucket at the rim, and they cut into that lead. That's exactly where he likes to make his living.
Dort outside. Outside, Williams. The 3 from Holmgren. Here's Hartenstein. Pass to Holmgren. Chet from range.
Yeah, it's just too easy for Holmgren. Man, is he fun to watch operate off the catch.
Lakers trail by 7. To the middle. Knocked away. Over to the wing. Hachimura with the ball. He's guarded by Hartenstein. 5 to shoot. James takes the hit and sinks the shot.
That's about power, that's about control, and that's about LeBron James and the ability to have touch inside.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
Who wants the t-shirt? I can't hear you. Now time for our t-shirt giveaway. Let's hear you get loud.
Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. Hartenstein a screen. Inside. Fast break. Here come the Lakers. Here's James. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Pass to Dort. Beyond the arc. That shot off the mark.
That's his shot. And one, I'm sure, he wants back.
Back to Finney-Smith. Hachimura outside. Three-pointer off the mark. Thunder leading by 5. Here's Holmgren driving to the basket. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist.
Strong move. I mean, Holmgren loves to create off the bounce. At 7-1, that's extremely rare.
Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Williams. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Oklahoma City shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. First free throw is good. Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Fires from deep. Hits a three-pointer.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Los Angeles shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Guys, I think what you have to love about Dorian Finney-Smith is his versatility. Skill set-wise, you can play him in either forward position, and in either spot, he's going to give you tremendous defensive effort.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Lakers trail by 5. And here's Doncic outside. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. It's stolen by James. And it's the Lakers on the break. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, LeBron James last season set the record for most All-Star nods in NBA history. He said, quote, "I'm blessed to do what I love and just to try to give back to the game that's given to me over 2 decades. Long ago, I exceeded anything I ever dreamed of being in the NBA. Everything else is just extra credit." Brian?
Thanks, Allie.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talent would be better suited elsewhere.
How about the touch on the floater? Luka Doncic, so versatile.
Caruso outside. Pass to Hartenstein. For 3. It's hauled in by Luka Doncic. The Lakers trail. Fast break. Here come the Lakers. And stolen by Hartenstein. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. And Williams punches it home.
Well, great decision from Dort. If your teammate is open, get him the basketball. Nicely done.
Here's Hachimura. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
That's his first personal.
Lou Dort picks one up.
And he just powered through contact trying to complete the play.
And both free throws good for Hachimura.
Rui Hachimura, a guy who's willing to slot into whatever position the team needs him and works hard to help out on every single play. You love the hustle and the attitude.
Caruso outside. Pulls up on the wing. And it comes off the front of the rim. Pass to Doncic. Back to Morris. Doncic outside. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference.
5 ticks left in the third. Here's Williams. The Thunder with another miss. And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. Oklahoma City ahead.
The Thunder, 41. Okay, fans.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Lakers. Trailing by 2. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That'll be a second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Morris for 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Here's Goodwin. Pass to Morris. And here's James. Dort defending. Back to James. James, a freight train coming.
The offensive arsenal of LeBron James is tremendous. The ability to hurt defenses in so many ways is something else.
Williams from long range hits the trifecta. Williams has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pass to Morris. Puts up a deep 3. Caruso grabs the board.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Man, that's an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
We played just over a minute here in the 4th. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. What a terrific move that is. Now it's a 7-point Oklahoma City lead. Outside Finney-Smith. Pass to Reeves. Now here is James. LeBron at full speed.
You can see in LeBron's eyes, he would not be denied on that drive.
Thunder leading by 5. And here's Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Now Williams. Shot clock at 6. Puts it up from 17. Hachimura with a rebound. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
You have to be a fan of the energy they played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Daigneault was just reviewing the plan with his team. Coach asked his team, can anyone knock down a 3? Reminding them three-point shooting will open up the floor, make things easier in the half-court offense. Everyone loves making 3s. Missing? Not so much. BA?
As always, Allie, we thank you. That one misses for Reeves. Lakers trail by 5. Pass to James. Outside Reeves. Let's go with a 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. So it's the Thunder now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Oh, deflected. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Gilgeous-Alexander gets the bucket on the breakaway.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander has length, has anticipation, makes a defensive play and turns it into offense.
Offensive rebound. It's not going to go for him. Oklahoma City leading by 7. Pass to Holmgren. They set the pick. Down low, Holmgren drops it in.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
Doncic outside. Hachimura from long range. Williams grabs the board.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
To the inside. Holmgren. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. And it's an 11-point Thunder lead. On the wing, Finney-Smith. And the jumper from the wing offline.
The defensive breakdown gives him a wide open look, but he can't take advantage.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Picked up by James. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Reverses. It's hauled in by Luka Doncic.
Maybe a little overconfidence. Trying to go big instead of taking the sure thing.
Whacking James like the D does there is the right move. I mean, especially when you consider how strong he is.
Oklahoma City making a switch here. Both free throws good from James. Oklahoma City leading by 9. Outside, Williams. Pass to Dort. Back to Williams. Five on the clock. Count that one. And the Thunder lead by 11.
Well, now it's just a matter of watching the sand fall through the hourglass. This game is wrapped up in a strong showing for the Thunder.
They paid the price for sloppy ball control before, but tonight they kept it locked up tight.
Yeah, they did. And at the other end, they were very disruptive defensively.
And it was a reliably solid performance from one of their key guys. A tremendous game for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from this evening.
And it's Hachimura missing. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. To the paint. Nice dish, and the layup goes down.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
Here's Hartenstein. And the shot goes down. Tipped away. And so it's the Thunder taking care of business in this one. It ends up being a fairly easy road win. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. So the Lakers will get the first possession here. Here's Hachimura. Hartenstein pulls it in.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
It's stolen by James. From deep, Reeves. The shot's good on the assist by James.
Yeah, a lot of coaches might let you hear it for taking the three-pointer on the break, but I like the decision there. The D had already collapsed inside.
Here's Hartenstein. Rejected by James.
That size and length and strength, LeBron, a tough one to try to shoot over.
Pass to Doncic. Hachimura from long range. Can't hit it. He's 0 for 2 now.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
The offensive rebound. The kick out to Williams. Pure from three-point range.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Here's Doncic. Takes it inside. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Hartenstein. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Hey, if you give him room, he's going to score the ball.
Here's Finney-Smith. Misses the three. Here's Oklahoma City now. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Mark Dagnall gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. We talked about how exhausting it is to go up against Luka Doncic. Coach told me, quote, Luka's probably the toughest cover in the league because no one has been able to figure out a way to stop him. We have to just bring the intensity and do our best to slow him down. It's going to take a team effort to get that done. Back to you, B.A.
Thanks for that, Allie. Yes, it's good.
It's very long, and SGA so effective around the hoop because of that length.
Pass to Hachimura. And stolen by Holmgren. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the big finish by Holmgren.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
Reeves. And no good. Good work defensively by Hartenstein. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Good work defensively by James. And James has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. They trail by 1. Here's Doncic. Good work defensively by Dort. So it's Oklahoma City now. To the middle. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Oh, wow. Dort just going off. Making a big show of how athletic he can be.
Hachimura left side. Inside. And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
Not a bad show from Mr. Rui Hachimura. Get up and throw it down, young sir.
To the inside. Gilgeous-Alexander. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
Well, this is where Dorian Finney-Smith has really come such a long way. What a transformation to a real threat beyond the arc.
Now here's Williams. Dort left side. Down low. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. Back to Hartenstein. Over Hachimura. Hartenstein, no good. And the Lakers with possession here. Here's James. Pass to Reeves. Comes up empty from 19 feet out.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity. Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Oklahoma City ahead, up by 2. And we'll get things started.
15.
Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown to the Thunder.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Thunder have some grit. Coach Mark Daigneault said we compete, and on nights we aren't, we get back to that very quickly. The competition level and the willingness to do it together is the foundational piece. Brian?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Another lead change. Give these teams credit. They're really fighting it out.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Wow! LeBron making some noise.
That is why the ticket price is what it is when LeBron is in town. Amazing dunk to finish the play.
Dort up top. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. To the paint. Here's Williams. The Lakers with a rebound. Right wing. Here's Vincent. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
What shall we call LeBron James? In this instance, I think point forward will do. Someone that you can trust to run the offense.
Down low. Pass to Williams. The kick out to Williams. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
Substitution on the court.
The Lakers lead by 4. James with the ball. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. And here's Vanderbilt from the arc. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
Got a piece of it. And there's James from the arc. Oh, LeBron buries a 3. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Well, so far they've been immensely aggressive on the defensive side, denying easy shots, and it's made a difference in the game.
Here's Vincent. And there's another one for the Lakers. And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. And a defensive-minded big man in Maxi Kleber. When he's making shots, he's so valuable, Doris.
Well, B.A., he is on the floor because of his defensive versatility. To me, one of the most underrated defenders in the league. He can be cross-positional. But you're right, he's got to be a legit threat offensively.
The free throw drops for Caruso. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
This is a dangerous area for LeBron James. You get him into that mid-range area, you don't know what he's going to do.
Inside, here's Wallace. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
To the middle. Count it for Vincent. Vincent's got 7 points.
Well, Rui Hachimura has a chance to set up a teammate, and look at the delivery. Well done.
Now here's Dort on the wing. Caruso to the inside. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's on Rui Hachimura. You know, Grant, after losing in the first round last season, it felt like changes were inevitable for the Lakers.
Yeah, making the playoffs isn't enough for that franchise. They are all about championship success. And anything short of that is a failure.
And Reeves has got the ball here for the Lakers. Here's James. Finish right there.
He destroyed the rim.
Now, guys, it seems like every drive of LeBron's involves contact, doesn't it? He's like a magnet for bodies out there.
Inside. Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right, you can see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Thunder trail by 9. Caruso outside. Williams on the wing. Pass to Williams. Six on the shot clock. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. Wallace from outside, off the mark. The Lakers lead by 9. Right side, Finney-Smith. And stolen by Williams. Here's Caruso. James with the rebound. Here's Finney-Smith. And so it's Los Angeles with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. More 2K action in just a moment. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. And it's Thunder's ball. 9-point game. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Vincent picks him up. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Misses from close range. Pass to Finney-Smith. To the middle. And Vanderbilt slams it in.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
And Hartenstein slams it in.
And great awareness. Holmgren's so good at reading the movement of his teammates. A very heady passer for a big man.
Well, Doris, Chet Holmgren was one of the more highly touted guys coming into the league in a long time.
He was, BA, and he has lived up to the billing. At that size, to be able to shoot the ball, put it on the deck, be a force at the rim defensively. But maybe his best attribute, he is a tough competitor.
Let's go with a 3. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Brian, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can score it, so you have to respect it. That sets up his passing game. What a pretty delivery.
And we've got a timeout call by J.J. Redick. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
Laker substitution.
Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. There's the triple. Hartenstein pulls it in. Thunder trail by 7. Of course, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits. And that's how you have to defend him out there on the three-point line. Played him perfectly.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Here's Williams. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That one on Doncic.
Second team foul.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
He's off on the first. Good on the second one. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul of the game. Pass to Goodwin. It's James on the wing. 4 on the clock. Nice work inside from James.
Yeah, not a lot to be done if LeBron gets a solid screen in a pick-and-roll set like that one.
Here's Williams. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Williams has got 6.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Thunder trail by 4. Down low. Williams' shot is good.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regrouped. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
James outside. Pass to Hachimura. And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And Dort is such an important guy on the defensive end. Lou Dort.
He is strong. He plays hard. He's willing to mix it up physically. He's a tremendous athlete. This guy is tough to score on.
Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
Dort for 3. Drills it from deep. Dort's got 5 points. Neither team has been able to assert its dominance over the other.
Yeah, the struggle is real tonight. 7 lead changes and still in the third quarter.
It's stolen by James. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Out to Hachimura. Pass to connect. Now James. Here's Goodwin. Back to James. Shot clock at 6. Driving in. And the basket is good. 5 points in the game. Oklahoma City trailing. Wiggins with it. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren inside. Over Hachimura. And it's Holmgren missing. To the paint. Here's James. Lays it up and banks it in. And it's a 3-point Laker lead.
I tell you this, LeBron is hard enough to defend in a half-court set, let alone impossible to guard in the open floor.
And here's Wiggins. No points so far. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. James deciding where to go with it. Has to connect. There's the three. The shot, no good. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players.
It's now an opportunity to take a break and talk about their strategy moving forward.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Here's Wallace. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading buckets. Lakers ahead, up by 3. Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And so James will bring it up for Los Angeles. They've led by as many as 11. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Finney Smith on the catch, ready to rise and fire. That's big-time shooting ability right there, folks.
To the middle. Left side, Williams. And here's Caruso outside. Doncic pulls down the board.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Vincent can't hit. Thunder trail by 6. Inside. Here's Wiggins. The kick out to Williams. The three-pointer off the mark. Doncic up top. Here's Connect. To the wing on the left. Doncic outside. Knocked loose. Stolen by Caruso. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Williams. Some solid defense from James. Los Angeles leading by 6. And here's Doncic outside. Oh, Luka with a deep one.
Boy, the deep ball from Luka Doncic. This guy does not lack for confidence.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Both teams deciding to change it up. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Daigneault was just reviewing the plan with his team, and he was adamant that they need to tighten up their D. That lack of communication at that end has led to breakdowns, wide open shooters, and easy buckets. He sounded pretty frustrated, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. The shot by Dort, no good. Here's James. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Pass to Williams. To the inside. Holmgren. And he lays it up and in.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
Here's Finney Smith. To the wing, right side. James outside. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up on the wing. Holmgren with the block. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here's Dort. Oh, great D that time from Doncic. Los Angeles leading by 7. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Here's James. That one's good for 2.
The offensive arsenal of LeBron James is tremendous. The ability to hurt defenses in so many ways is something else.
Dort outside. Down low. Here's Holmgren. Wow, the length of Chet.
Great chemistry between two teammates. Love the passing.
Doncic deciding where to go with it.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Back to Finney-Smith. Out to James. Outside Finney-Smith. Goes back up. And the layup is good by James. And the Lakers lead by 9.
Yeah, refusing to let the possession end, making sure they convert. LeBron James with a big-time finish.
Inside. Caruso with the bucket.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
The Lakers lead by 7. On the wing, Finney-Smith. That one falls. Great setup by Doncic. Finney-Smith got 6 points in the quarter.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
And James puts up a deep 3. A quick shot there. It's off target. Pass to Caruso. Williams from long range. Doncic pulls down the board. 1:03 left to play in the fourth quarter.
And this is a game they can build off of. They kept their focus all game long, and it will get marked as a win for the Lakers.
You love how they push the ball at every opportunity.
Yeah, they really dictated the pace, and it really paid off.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for LeBron James.
Boy, I think he made his presence felt in the paint more than anywhere else. This guy's rebounding numbers were outstanding. He controlled the glass.
Pass to Doncic. Doncic is doubled. Stolen by Caruso. And they're running. The 3 from Holmgren. Here's Williams. Caruso outside. And another miss by Oklahoma City. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Doncic outside. Tips it. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And they knew it wasn't going to be easy to win on the road, but they've controlled the pace on this one.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
Three-pointer. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. And stolen by Reeves. No good. So we see the Lakers taking the W here. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready.